Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I read in the month of March. Now the month of March was pretty good. I read 6 books, a total of 6 books, so that was, a lot better than what I wanted to read. I set my goal for like 4 books a month, and they were all just really, really good books. 3 of them were a series, so I'm just moving right along in this really, really good series that I'll talk about. And yeah, really good reading month. I feel like I'm like kind of making up for lost time that I read back in January when I only did like 2 books, and then in February I think I only did like 4, and so I'm kind of like making up for lost time. So it's just kind of moving right along. So these are the books that I read in the month of March, and without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in there and just get started. The first book that I read in the month of March was A Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Now this book is so good. I give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. It's about what it says, a night circus that only comes around at night, and when the sun goes down, that's when the gates open and you can go in. Now, the night circus was started because there's 2 magicians who have to battle it out. They've kind of they're prodigies. Their masters committed them to having a battle to the death, pretty much. And so they have to have this battle, but things kind of happen. In the book, you just have to read that to find out what happens. So there's mystery, there's action, adventure, romance. It's just written beautifully, descriptive. I tell you, if there was a night circus that came to St. Cloud, Minnesota, here where I live, I would go. And I have to say, I don't go to circuses at all, especially if they have animals, because I just feel like the animals are not in the environment that they should be in. So I've never went to a circus in my life, but I would go to night circus because it was so good, the book was. I read the book The Bear and the Nightingale, and this is written by Catherine Arden. This was such a really, really good read. It is about a young girl, Vasya, who's coming into her own. She's 16 years old. She lives in Russia. The time that it talks about in Russia is probably the 1800s, and it's definitely during the winter, and she's in the northern part of Russia, so it's very cold, it's very dark. But with Vasya, I feel like the way that she's written about, there's a lot of light to her, and she's a good person. She makes good choices. She knows what she wants. She does not fall under the influence of certain types of people in this book. So she's just becoming very, very independent. Now this is the first book in a trilogy of the Winter Night series, so I can't wait to read the second and third book. It is a trilogy. And it's a different perspective book, okay? So we get Vasya's ideas, but then we also get like her mother and her father and her brothers and stuff. So I can't wait to read the rest of it. I would say a 4.5 out of 5 stars would be really, really good. Really good book. Not too big of a read. So it went pretty fast for me. And then I read in the month of March, I read 3 books in the House of Night series. Now this is about a young girl named Zoe. She's 16 years old. She gets chosen, and she has to go to the House of Night, which is the school for fledgling vampires. And they go for, I think, 4 or 5 years, and then they graduate because by that time they're a full-fledged vampire. But right now she's just a fledgling, and Zoe has been chosen by the goddess Nyx, and she's more advanced than a fledgling should be because she's been chosen, and she's been chosen by Nyx. So there's the 3 books that I read. There's 12 books in the series. I have like the 4th one to be read or anticipated to read in April. So I'm just going to continue on. This is definitely a young adult vampire book. It has magic, all of that. Definitely better than Twilight, because everybody compares all the vampire books to Twilight. It's written by PC Cast and Kristen Cast, which is a Mother Dollar team. Really, really good. Has a great plot, has twists, has mystery, has magic, just everything that I really like and would expect in a vampire book. So I'm going to give these books 4 out of 5 stars because they are a little predictable. Like I said, it's not exactly, but it is what I kind of would expect young adult vampire books to be. And then also the second reason why I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars is Zoe really has a hard time making decisions, and by the time she can make the decision or feels comfortable making the decision, stuff has already happened and it's just a little too late for her. So that gets kind of disappointing in her, and I'm just kind of questioning, Zoe, what are you doing? You really need to get your game going on, girl. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. But you know what? 4 out of 5 stars is pretty good, and I will continue on with this series because there's some great plot twists in it. All right? Good books. Then the last book that I read in the month of March, and I have to tell you, I read this I finished it right on the 31st of March. I was like, I'm going to get this done. And it was a challenge. I wasn't up till 2 o'clock in the morning or anything like that, but I did get it done. So good. It's called Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and he's a really popular writer. He wrote American Gods, and I'm trying to find the book that I want because they've made a TV series out of it, and every book that I see has TV series on it, and I really hate that. I'm picky about that. Watch the TV series, and they have that big ugly yellow bright sticker that just annoys me so bad. So I'm trying to find a book. I'll probably look on Amazon and hopefully can find it that doesn't have that, or that has their original cover. It's been out for a while. Okay, but anyways, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, really good. It's about this man, Richard, who helps this young girl. She looks like she's homeless or anything, but she's actually injured, but he helps her. And she comes from Neverwhere, which is under London, the city of London. There's a whole society down there, a whole culture down there. And so he actually gets kind of sucked into that whole culture. He lives up above in a normal London life, as it describes in the book. He has a girlfriend. He has a job that he goes to every day. He gets sucked into the under London place that there is. Nobody up above knows about it. Not everybody can see it. It's just really, really cool. There's, I don't know, the way that he describes it is just very vivid. His writing is just amazing. This is definitely an adult book. There is violence and there's some sexual situations. There's a lot. There's blood. There's torture. So definitely an 18+ book. I'm going to give this probably a 4.75, if not a 5 out of 5 stars. It was just so good, written so well. I was just riveted. I could not put this book down. I got it read, and I wanted to finish it in March, in 3 days. And it's pretty thick, okay? Now, this book is beautiful. It doesn't have a sleeve, but it has really beautiful artwork. And it has some illustrations by Chris Riddell. And I thought, okay, well, there's just going to be some drawing on the pages or whatever. But no, there's actually beautiful drawings in this book. And whatever is on the page that you see, that's what is discussed. So it's not like you're saying, well, what is this? So on this page, it's just really gorgeous. See how beautiful it is. And oh my gosh, I'm turning to all the right pages so you can see how everything is gorgeous. Yes. So there is drawings, there's some doodles here too. And whatever is here is going to be described on this page. So I'm so glad I got this book. I could definitely read it again and probably get something completely different. So if you want a really different book that is magic, it has magic in it. It has mystery, it has murder, it has there's so many things that I really liked about it. It has some romance, nothing I don't know, it's not really a romance book, but I always say there's some romance in it. And so, I don't know, it's just really good. 4.75 out of 5 stars would be good. I don't know if I have anything really bad to say about it, just probably it does get really, really descriptive sometimes, and you're just like, ugh, that's gross in there. So, but like I said, it's an adult book for sure. So Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, very, very good. Highly recommended. There you have it. That is the 6 books that I read in the month of March. They were all really, really good. I enjoyed every single one of them. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of them, if you liked them or didn't like them. I would love to hear from you about that. like and share this if you think that there's anyone out there that may be interested in also watching my videos. And then of course, if I see you in person around town or get to chat with you at some time or other, I would love to discuss books with you, because it's always fun to do that, right? Have a great day, and of course, always happy reading.